Hello once more, everyone. Welcome back to my channel back here on YouTube. Doing the first 2022 MLB prediction video after, way back when, back in March, late March, I did the prediction video for the MLB season, predicted who's going to win the divisions, predicted who's going to win the World Series. I'll post a link below for that video so you can see that if you want to go back and watch that video as well. But tomorrow night, MLB on Fox returns soon. After All-Star break, I'll be doing the MLB ESPN Sunday Night Baseball predictions as well. I didn't want to do that so all season long, but I'll be doing that after the All-Star break in mid-July. MLB on Fox returns tomorrow night. There's 3 good games on, so check your local Fox channel, find out what game's on in your market. There's 3 good ones this week, and I can't wait to explain to you and predict who's going to win this year. The first video of many that I'll be predicting this year. So with that being said, let's get started, shall we? And yes, we are back. Our first time ever doing an MLB prediction video where I predict games. I'm looking forward to this, by the way. First one's in the New York City, at Citi Field between the Mets and the Phillies, of course. This matchup has Zach Eflin for the Phillies against Taijuan Walker for the Mets. Now this matchup's interesting matchup. Both these teams have good lineups. The Phillies are hanging in there with the Braves, about the same record, just under 500. The Mets currently are flying above the radar as a winning team this year, and that's all thanks to first-year manager Buck Showalter, who came out of retirement, who worked with MLB Network last year. So he came out of retirement to manage this team in the Mets, and he's doing pretty good actually. First place, about 29 wins this year. They play tonight as well. They played tonight starting game 1 of the 3-game series tonight in New York. But Zach Eflin and Taijuan Walker, okay, that's the pitcher matchup. Lineups for these two teams are pretty good. Phillies have Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, Nicholas Castellanos, Rhys Hoskins, and more. But Bryce Harper is currently not fielding because of the elbow discomfort, so he's out for a while. Who knows how long he'll be out for. Hopefully he returns at some point. So, yeah, hopefully he returns at some point, which I think he will. So, but the Mets, on their side, they have Pete Alonso, Starling Marte Marcano, of course, and they also have some pretty good, they also have some other players. Pete Alonso, the best player in that lineup for the Mets, can hit a home run, I think, in this matchup. I bet in the series he might hit maybe 1 or 2 home runs this weekend, potentially. But tomorrow night, we'll have to wait and see. I think the Mets definitely get the win that way if Pete Alonso can bat. But if the Phillies have their superstar Howard to do, this is the first of many tests for the Phillies and Mets. It's like the 3rd series they're playing against each other. They only had, I think, 1 in Philadelphia and 1 in New York. So this is the 3rd time they're playing each other this season, 3rd series. But personally, I think I'm going to take the Mets in this one because I think I like the Mets for what they got. So you want the Mets in this matchup here on Saturday night. So, and go with the Mets in this matchup against the Phillies here on Fox on Saturday night. Check your local listings to find out which game's on in your area, by the way. Next matchup, yeah, we're going to go to Chicago. Crosstown Cup Classic, Cubs, White Sox. Tomorrow night at Guaranteed Rate Field. Technically, Comiskey Park, USA Field before Guaranteed Rate Field. I just don't like the name of this stadium. And I've been there twice since it changed the name. And personally, I've seen the White Sox play, 3 times there. Once in 06 against Cardinals. White Sox won 20-6. Second time in 2018 against the Royals. White Sox won like 9-3 or 9. Like they scored 9 runs, had 3 home runs in the game. And back in 2018 against the Royals, and then 2019 against the A's. Eloy Jimenez's bobblehead night. His first home run bobblehead. Eloy Jimenez hit a home run that game as well on his bobblehead night. So I think percentages are high. If they give away your bobblehead, you're going to hit a home run. So, but on to this matchup. According to MLB.com, I looked at it earlier. Cubs don't have a starter listed, but I did see something yesterday. Reporters from the Cubs are saying that Keegan Thompson is going to be pitching tomorrow night against the White Sox. White Sox are going with Johnny Cueto, another good pick. And you know what I think? Every time Johnny Cueto's coming up with a team like in the American League Central, whichever team he's on in the Central, wins the World Series. I have to go back to 2015 when he was a midseason trade from the Reds to the Royals. And the Royals won the World Series in 2015. Once they got Johnny Cueto, he helped them out. So does this mean the White Sox with Johnny Cueto do good? Who knows? One thing to watch for this matchup, if you're a baseball fan, in general, if you're watching the Johnny Cueto pitch, he does this shimmy type of dance move on the mound. They call it a shimmy. That's what all the reporters and broadcasters are saying about it. And it's how he tricks batters with the pitches. I think it's his off-speed pitches mostly, but if you look up Johnny Cueto pitching, you might see him doing that in his matchups. And go back and watch the highlights he's pitched at this year, personally. So, yeah, this matchup I do have to take the White Sox because I think they have the better lineup. Cubs, all the guys in their lineup I think are good. Wilson Contreras, Patrick Wisdom, and, of course, Frank Schwindel are the only good ones, I think. For the White Sox, they have a better lineup. Hopefully, Eloy Jimenez can come back healthy, but once he does, with him and Luis Robert every week, White Sox are going to be scary good. And White Sox fans, I'll make this one prediction right now. If the White Sox win the next two games, Saturday and Sunday night against the Cubs, Saturday and Sunday against the Cubs, you're going to be seeing a lot of White Sox fans getting their L flags out, for example. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But I have to take the White Sox in this game. Better pitcher, Keegan Thompson. I don't know if he has any experience starting, but I'm taking the White Sox against the Cubs. Last but not least, our third and final matchup of the night coming up on Saturday. Yeah, third and final matchup. We're going to the desert. The Dodgers and Diamondbacks. Oh, let me switch that up. Dodgers are the road team. Diamondbacks are the home team. My bad. So the Dodgers and Diamondbacks. This matchup is interesting. Tony Gonsolin for the Dodgers, who's been back for a few weeks now. 4-0 since coming off the injured list. Had Tommy John surgery last year. One of the many Dodgers pitchers that had Tommy John surgery. The other one was Dustin May. He'll be back eventually too, which I think opens the door for the Dodgers potentially to trade a guy like David Price or another pitcher. They can move on from another pitcher and say, hey, gone. But whatever the Dodgers have pitching, they have lots of pitching. And that's why I picked them to play in the World Series against the White Sox earlier this year. Sadly, the White Sox are disappointing me with my preseason predictions. Hopefully around the All-Star break, when I do my second half predictions, they will be better. But the situation is this: Diamondbacks, are they a good team? Okay, yes, they are a good team. And the Dodgers, they're good. Diamondbacks, they've spent some time in the bottom. They spent time in the middle. They spent time above 500 this year as well. Quite a bit, actually. And overall, I do think the Dodgers win because the Tony Gonsolin is pitching good, 4-0. Merrill Kelly for the Diamondbacks, 3-2. I got to give love to the road team, the Dodgers. They have a big lineup. All their guys can hit in the lineup card. Hugh Bats, Justin Turner, Trey Turner, Will Smith. Anybody can hit for the Dodgers. All the hitters can hit. Diamondbacks, they have the same type of team. The Diamondbacks, I think, are a few years behind the Dodgers in being a team that can make the playoffs. I'd take the Dodgers in this matchup tomorrow night. So with that being said, I'm taking the Dodgers. Once again, recap. At the Mets against Phillies, because the Mets lineup, I think Pete Alonso is going to do something good tomorrow night. For the White Sox, I'm taking them against Cubs because the Cubs, I don't know if they have anything to prove. I think they need hitting, though, to show up. The last thing for the Dodgers, Diamondbacks. Dodgers, I like their lineup a bit more. Although you guys can hit Diamondbacks, they'll get hot here and there with their lineup. Might spoil a team's night or two, but that's what I'm saying. With taking the Mets, White Sox, and the Dodgers this week for tomorrow night on Fox. Check your local listings to find out which game's on where you live in your area. That being said, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, I'll be back next Thursday because I'll be traveling next weekend. So next Thursday, I'll have the second prediction video for the MLB prediction, in-season prediction, game predictions for the MLB on Fox next weekend. I believe there's only 2 games next week. I'll have to double check. But with that being said, hope everyone enjoyed this video. And if you liked it, Please remember to watch, like, subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends to do the same if they've not done so yet already. And also hit that notification button below so you know when I upload a new video. With that being said, have a nice day, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a nice day, everyone.